Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Build, Paint, Play. I'm Dave.
Greetings, programs. I'm Jake, and we are here joined by my buddy Pete, who's going to walk us through all of his Euro excursions that he had.
Hey guys.
Indeed,
I tried to bring home the European Championship for the United States.
that would have been awesome.
It just would have been terrible.
Spoiler alert, that would have been awesome. I think they unfairly treated you, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. I got a separate version of each mission before each round. It was odd.
That's bizarre. Is it in a different language or?
Yeah, well, no, they were all just talking. Everybody was talking to each other in like Flemish, around me. So I wasn't sure what was happening.
Okay, but you just plowed ahead anyway.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Your Flemish wasn't up to par?
No.
Whose Flemish is?
I can't answer that. Well, how's everybody's week going?
Good. Had a long weekend. Going back to work tomorrow, but
nice. Today was like true New England winter weather. It was like 35. It's the first like proper cold day we've had.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had that as well. And 9 o'clock this morning, I'm sitting here in my dungeon. The power goes off.
That's not good.
Cool.
What's going on? I get my phone, turn the flashlight on, make my way out. And turns out that Baltimore Gas and Electric, BGE, are out the back and in the alley, and they're about to take a transformer off one of the poles. And
cool. They didn't let you know that was going to happen ahead of time?
No. It may have been from the like October 8th thing they were going to do, but then canceled and postponed. So it could have been that, but then they just didn't let us know. So they picked the coldest day of the year to decide to cut out for like 4 hours. It was great. I took a nap on the couch instead, so it was all good.
Piling blankets on.
Yeah, pretty much. How about you, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, the week's been fine. I had, speaking of weird power things, the other day, some guy knocks on my door and he goes, "Hey, I'm here out doing service for National Grid." And I was like, "Okay." And I'm like, "So is there something I can help you with?" So at first I'm waiting for him to announce that they're going to like knock out the power or whatever. And he goes, "Oh, I'm just replacing all the meter boxes on all the local houses." And he's like, "I was just going to do yours." And I was like, "Give me 2 minutes. I'm on a call. Let me go downstairs and I'll jump off." And he's like, "Okay." So he was really chill. He did that. And then he's like, "It's literally going to be off for like 5 minutes." I was like, "All right." So he killed it. Like he was quick. Like he did a great job. But it was also, last week when it was like 56 degrees, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like a huge deal.
Sure. I thought for a second there you were going to say he came in and then he killed everybody.
No, come on. Yeah.
It was crazy. It's not what I expected at all.
It was different.
I'm just going to bring these large, these large shears in to cut the power on your house. Yeah, it didn't sound like that was going to end.
Cutting the power like it's Nakatomi Towers.
Yeah. And it's the only way to get through the time lock.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Fantastic.
How about you, Pete? What's when did you get back from Europe?
I got back technically last Wednesday because my flight got delayed by about 10 hours. So I left Belgium at about 10 p.m. and got into Boston at like midnight local time,
Right.
which was a bummer. But then I was ruined for Wednesday, like several days after, but I'm pretty recovered now.
Yeah, that's never great. When your travel gets messed up, I know it's a buddy of mine. You guys, Ross Thompson, right?
Yep.
So I guess Ross was flying home from a show the other day and basically got stuck in Chicago because like first his flight got delayed and then it got canceled and they put him on another flight and then that one got delayed. And I was just like, that doesn't sound fun. Like being trapped at the airport for like X number of hours never seems like a good time, but
yeah.
No, it never is.
How about hobby wise? What do you get going on hobby wise?
Right now, I'm mostly working on getting ready for BuildPaintPlay. I'm going to be running along with one of the other Trench Crusade guys, Spencer D'Agostino. I'm going to be running a narrative map campaign.
Nice.
So we're building about 14 tables for it that are all like sort of unique locations and the rules for them and everything like that. So.
Right. That's crazy. That's 14 tables.
It's going to be a lot of work. I'm not sure how I'm going to get. I have about half of them, and he has the rest. He lives on Martha's Vineyard, so I'm not sure how he's going to get them all over there. But he says he's got.
That's a him problem.
Yeah. But it's going to be cool. I found a map, like a medieval map of the island of Rhodes. I have a friend who does illuminated manuscript, so she's like drawing the locations like for the map for the campaign, like on this medieval map that is blown up to about 3 foot by 4 foot. So we're gonna have that there for people to like stake out where their warbands are fighting, and
that's awesome.
It's gonna be cool.
Oh, very cool. Excellent. So you got it.
Yeah, you can see in the background this giant tower is that's part of one of the tables for it. It's a giant observation tower.
And it's a Trench Crusade tower because it's cruciform.
It's shaped like a cross. Yeah.
Although in the grim darkness of Trench Crusade, every building is cruciform.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense, really. That's awesome. That's so Everwinter, Jake. That's where you're heading.
Yeah. So we got it's like not quite a month now. Like it's on the 6th. Today's the 11th. So. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm trying to knock out stuff for Everwinter. I get a build today. I finished the Spartan today. I have 1 Rhino done. I have the 2 characters done. I have to build 2 more Rhinos and a Land Raider, and then get all that stuff painted. So
cool.
I should be fine. I mean,
I got all the infantry done.
Yeah. I painted my 1,500 infantry army last year in 3 weeks, so I should be able to do 5 tanks and 2 dudes in the same amount of time. My hope is I'm trying to get everything built for Thursday because Thursday is supposed to be like in the low 50s. So I'm just going to prime everything on Thursday. So
cool.
Tomorrow I have to knock out the last 3 tanks and then I'll just take everything to work and prime it. And then I'll work on it a little bit this week and then a little this weekend. And then we'll be at PAX. And then when I get back, I've got basically 2 weeks to finish it. So
yeah,
cool.
It'll be tight. It'll be a tight window, but I should be okay.
Excellent. We've got a couple of photos of your guys early on in the show. So
sweet. Yeah, I'll be honest. This is the first Spartan I've built. It's a really nice kit. It goes together really well. There's a lot of really cool pieces on it.
I remember when I was doing one of mine back when 2.0 launched, like it felt like everything almost like push fit together. Like it was a really, like the tolerances were really tight, which I was impressed with.
Yeah, it's a nice kit, and it's basically the Land Raider sprue with like a stretch limo component.
Yeah, it's like somebody like grabbed the corner of it and just went like that.
Yeah, like somebody literally opened up the file and they were just like, I'm just going to click and drag and then duplicate that. So like the middle section, and it's really funny to Pete's point with the tolerances, they added like 4 track sections that literally fill the 1.5 inch, the 2-inch gap that they created.
Yeah.
So it's really, really cool. It's a neat kit. I will say looking at the Land Raider, like the Proteus that they are, the Prometheus rather.
Proteus.
When you compare it to like Jess Goodwin's Land Raider, the 40K one, it is noticeably smaller. Like it is, it like the Spartan is a little bit bigger than the regular Land Raider. So I was telling Dave, if I was worried that I wasn't going to get everything done, I have a 40K Land Raider that's built.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could probably use it. I mean, the rules are the same. Like no one's going to, even Ben and all the other guys are like, no one's going to complain. But Ben's like, it is very obviously not a Horus Heresy Land Raider. Like,
yeah, but I mean, like those were around too, right? Like,
yeah, it's just another STC.
Yeah.
I do remember having to put together back when we were at GW, like the original plastic Land Raider, not the like old one, but the Jess Goodwin one.
Yeah,
that's I feel like the quality of that sprue was not as good as the current one.
Yeah, it's definitely not as sharp because you can tell that it was hand sculpted.
Yeah,
it's not digitally designed.
Yeah.
So I mean that's the big thing, but I will say Jess did such a good job. Like that thing, when you look at that thing, you're like, that's what a Land Raider should look like.
Oh yeah, it's iconic. You know,
it's an angry brick. Like I love it.
You didn't have to put together to Hurricane Bolt response and Minute of Metal though. So.
Oh god, that was you made that kit mixed materials. Oh, that kit sucked.
I remember having to do that for somebody's birthday, and it was just a nightmare.
I remember you working on one at the store.
Yeah, but
was that for Brandon?
Yeah. When we were at Liberty Tree.
Yeah.
Man,
I mean, a cool kit, great rules, but yeah, now that it's all in plastic, now that the Redeemer, the Crusader, and the Regulator are all in plastic, it is so much better.
Yeah.
Nice. We're going to say hi to folks in the chat. Chris Kemming is here. Brendan Bell says hello. Irish Marine. It was Irish Marine 3. I can't remember. Sorry.
I don't remember.
Happy Tuesday. Sean is here as well. Sean Gleason. Coming to star. Nice. Mark Maxey has joined us as well. Chris said that it took him 2+ weeks to get his majors done. I think
he was saying he spent a ton of time painting it because it's a full conversion.
Mm-hmm.
Chris and I had a phone call a couple of days ago, and like the big thing in Heresy is it's all about like your keywords now. So it's like if Pete has a unit of despoilers and they attack my tactical squad and I'm on like an objective, I score a point for the objective, and then they have lines, so I score a point for that. And then if he knocks me off, he gets whatever his Vanguard rating is.
Right.
And there's different units have different abilities, and then certain characters can change abilities. In the Mechanicus list, nothing has abilities. So you have to assign abilities with specific characters like the Magos and some other guys. And it's really weird. If you're not like really paying attention to your list, you can just get like, you could win the game and just get killed on victory points. Cause like your army doesn't do stuff. If that makes sense. Like you're like, what is your tax squad done? It presses the button. It gets me points. What does your Terminator squad do? It kills guys on the buttons. It gets me points. And you're like, what does your Mechanicus army do? And you're like, I guess it plays 30K. Like it doesn't. It's really weird. So
it rolls.
It makes sense as a Mechanicus player that I would have to end up having a spreadsheet for 3rd edition.
Oh yeah. But the 3rd edition is really cool. I do. It took me like a month and a half to kind of come around to it, but having played in the tournament back in August, that was really fun. And then getting a couple games in, it does feel more balanced. It like the units that were like super crazy are now still really good. and the units that were really crappy are now good. So like they kind of condensed it, so you don't feel like you're like, well, I had to waste points, so I bought like this random unit, and you're like, but they're garbage. Like the lower end is a lot shallower, but it's also not as swingy as it used to be. Like before, like if Pete's playing, Emperor's Children, and he dumps a ton of points into taking like Phoenician Guard or something that's really crazy, you're like, oh, well, they're awesome. And they're so awesome that they just win the game for you because they're better than somebody else's like regular army stuff. And now they've kind of tightened that margin. So you don't just feel like, oh, my regular Space Marines are just crappy. And it's like, no, everybody's regular Space Marines are the same now.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They're just different colors. It's like, oh, so my World Leader Space Marines versus like an Ultramarine Space Marines versus, Imperial Fist Space Marines, they're all basically the same stats now. And they might get tweaked by an army ability, but they're basically the same. Like you're never like, oh, your guys are better than mine because of X Legion trait. It's like they made it all feel like everybody's playing Space Marines with some cool stuff instead of being like armies that are completely different.
What about the crazy like Blood Angels guys that drop from the sky with the spears?
Oh, the was it the Dawnbringer cohort? Like they're still really good, but like their whole thing is. So the army now is much more specialized. So if everybody's playing like a tactical list, so if let's say the three of us are all playing, we're all playing, I'm playing loyalists, you're playing heretics, and Pete's playing loyalists. If he builds Imperial Fists and I build Space Wolves and you build your Word Bearers, and we have lists that are similar, like let's say we all take a Contemptor Dreadnought and 2 tack squads and Rhinos and a Land Raider and a 5-man command squad that's all Terminators, our lists are going to play essentially the same because we have the same stuff. The tweaks come in terms of how the army works. So we all have like a Legion trait that we get that does a different thing. And then we all have like a Legion special rule that usually you can use like once per game. So it
special reactions and 2
yeah. But there's a lot less like feel bad when you're like, oh, my guys didn't do the thing, and you're like, well, there goes my, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel as like swingy as that. It's a lot more tactical now that you have all the like the traits that get you points on objectives and for doing things. You have to pay attention to that to win the game. So, but again, like I said, it definitely took some getting used to because. Again, we're all used to our superhero list that we had in 2nd edition. And then coming to this, you're like, oh, man, Superman's not as powerful as he used to be. And it's like, he's still really good. Like, it's not like he's bad now. So, but, yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, I haven't had time to look at the rules yet. I want to see what I would need to do to my Mechanicum to make them function. Because I had a Myrmidon list before, and my impression is probably that list is, like, wildly different than it would have been. Like last year or whatever.
Hey, dude, if you want to come in and we'll get a game in, like I'm happy to walk you through it. It's we talked about it when we had Ben Marsh on. The biggest thing now
I watched this episode.
Yeah, it's the list builder thing because I've been going over all week because I had to add 1,500 points to my list. Like I have a Zone Mortalis list and it's very specifically built. And they were like, "Oh yeah, we're doing 3,000 points," and I was like, I don't have that.
That is twice as many points as I was ready for."
But it's also weird because like I had to figure out what characters I had to add to unlock the stuff that I needed. So like, but again, once you understand how that mechanic works, you're like, oh, okay, I understand it. Like now I understand how to do it. But that once you kind of turn that corner, then you see it. Yeah. So that for me was the big kind of like, I get it moment. But yeah, but again, it's a ton of fun. Like I really like Heresy. I think it's probably the most tactically advanced game that GW currently makes. I think that there's just a lot more stuff going on. Like 40K, I'll always love 40K, but 40K is very rock, paper, scissors right now. It's like, oh, my guys kill dudes. You're like, cool. You're like, what do your guys do? My thing's the tank and it blows stuff up. Like, what do you do? I kill tanks. And you're like, that's the 3. Like there's really nothing else in the game with some variety. Whereas Heresy is a lot more fiddly, which I like. It's still easy to play. Like the rules are not hard. I always explain it like to new players, like it's like chess. Like learning how to play chess is not hard. Being good at chess is difficult. Like those, you know what I mean? Like chess isn't a hard thing to wrap your head around. So
yeah. Cool.
But sorry, Dave. How about you? What have you been working on other than taking naps when the power goes out?
That's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my entire week has been condensed into this morning. No,
It's all your members. It's the head injury. It's the traumatic brain injury.
I gotta say.
I've been doing a bunch of bits and pieces. I've been doing some more work on my Votan
Cool.
The Steel Jacks.
Jacks.
Dude, I love those guys.
Jacks. So they're almost done. Then I got to do the bases. I've got the crazy Memnir dude primed up and ready to go.
Oh,
That model's so cool.
I've got a couple of the what are they? A couple of different squat, like the Necromunda squat models that I'm sort of subbing in as other things. So I've got the guy with the big rifle who's going to be my Arcanist evaluator. Or
and every time I see the monthly Necromunda model release, I'm like, I gotta find people in my area that play Necromunda.
Yeah.
Those models are so cool.
They are good. I like having so I've got an Imperial Agents army. So it's kind of like, oh, that model's really cool.
Yeah.
That'll be a henchman. That'll be a henchman. That'll be an Inquisitor.
At some point, I'm with you, Pete. Like, we got to find some people who are start a league. Is like going to the last show. Phil and I were going to make Necromunda lists, and we talked to Dave about it, and John Schaefer helped out, and I built a list that I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, I would run that list. That seems fun. And then Phil was like, I'm not going to play in the tournament. He ended up hanging out with you guys playing Trench Crusade the whole time. So then I was like, all right. So then I played in the Heresy event. But then I was like, well, I still have this Necromunda warband. Like, I want to do something with it.
Cool.
It's a good stitch. Neat. Just going to quickly jump back to the chat for a second. Sean Gleason mentioned that he was at Fall In Lancaster this past weekend. So that's the third HMGS East show of the year.
Historicals, right?
There's a bit of everything, really.
Okay.
It's predominantly historicals, but yeah, you'll find a whole bunch of stuff. There'll be a bunch of fantasy and a bunch of sci-fi there as well.
Okay.
Kel has joined us. Kel Reva. Chris said, "I'll send you all pics from the event we're going to in this weekend in Kansas City."
Yeah. He said he was going to give me some photos.
Excellent. And Kel says, Horus Heresy 3.0, the third basic scenario needs help. I've not played it, so excellent.
I'll trust you, Kel. I have no idea.
Should we jump in?
Yeah.
Rest of the show. Let's do that. Clicking. And dun, 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 dun. 1,000 subscribers.
We did it. They said it couldn't be done, and we were like, "Get out of here."
Yeah. So today, after the power came back on, and I had to scramble to get all the presentation put together, instead of designing a slide myself, I stole this from the internet's Google image search.
That's what the internet. He used AI to build this.
I did not use AI. I just straight up stole somebody else's art.
Perfect.
Rather than
he did the plagiarism himself instead of using the plagiarism machine.
Yeah.
Exactly. But at the same time, I discovered that there is apparently a 1K subs rule.
This thumbnail. Oh, man.
I don't know who this guy is, but I like him.
It is a peak YouTube thumbnail.
My favorite part of looking at all of the thumbnails across the 1,000 subs was like, oh, that guy looks like Adam from the Army Painter. Oh, that guy looks like Peachy. And that guy looks so all these people who looked like people we know, they weren't them, but they looked like them.
Yeah, the AI generated version of them.
Yeah, something like that. Excellent. There we go. Sean said he played Epic and Necromunda possibly at Fall In. Excellent. So we don't know what the 1K subs rule is. One of the things I suspect we're supposed to do as part of this rule is to ask people to put something in the comments. So we're going to say in the comments after the show, put down what you think the 1K subs rule is.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
It'd be fantastic. There's no prize, just out of you.
Just respect.
Just do it. Yeah.
Respect.
They'll rank all of the people's 1K sub rules next week.
This guy looks like if Kumail Nanjiani and the actor who played Sam in Game of Thrones went through a teleporter accident at the same
I got that.
Got the flied into each other.
Yeah.
Possibly. James Lacour says like, comment, and subscribe.
Nice.
Ring that bell, smash that like button.
Yeah, do the thing. Everybody knows what to do. You guys, this isn't your first rodeo. Oh god.
But what it does mean is that now, off the back of the fat cash that YouTube is going to be sending us, we can now both become full-time YouTubers.
Oh yeah. The
important thing to remember is though, no more than one
day job.
week.
I'm not doing that.
You're not? You said
No.
The look of disgust on Jake's face.
This I do love this thumbnail. Like this is a great thumbnail.
Oh, it is. It is awesome.
I mean, this guy is psyched that he's a
He looks like somebody's got a gun to his head.
Yeah. He's just been told he's a full-time YouTuber.
Yeah.
That's the expression. He's like, I'm sorry, what now?
Gil says, you mean the $2.95 maybe you get from YouTube? That's the dream. That's the dream. I don't think
after tariffs and taxes, Dave and I will each take home 60 cents.
Yeah. Woo.
Dude, I don't think you've been looking at how much it pays out lately. It's gonna be less than that. But moving on, I mentioned we had some photos. Jake sent me these two shots.
So the guy on the right, that's my berserker accountant. He's here making sure that all the rampagers I have know that they can deduct all of the reaving that they do. That's my world leader's master of signals. It's a cool unit in terms of the rules. There's no miniature for him, and the layout is really weird because he's supposed to have a pistol which you can exchange for a chainsword, and then because I'm a world eater, I can upgrade it to a chain axe for free. But he can't have. He can only have either a pistol or like a one-hand weapon. You can't have anything else. So I was like, well, that's not great, like, or whatever. So he has I gave him the Voxcaster backpack, and then that head is from the assault sprue. It's from the assault squad.
Okay.
So he has like the comm set antenna thing on his head, and then the iPad is from, I think, the melee weapon upgrade sprue.
Or is it from the tank sprue?
That one is not.
Oh, okay, radio.
And then you can't see it, but on the back of the backpack, there's a little antenna array thing that I have stuck into the middle. So he has like a whole bunch of like antennas on his backpack as well. Okay. My inspiration for this model was, like, I don't know if anybody remembers this, an old school drawing that's in the Rogue Trader book, and you got the Tech Marine with the helmet on the back, and he's got his like, it says "Calm to me" on his helmet.
With like the big like bulb on the back of his helmet. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I want to make that guy. So like that's kind of where I got the idea. And then the guy on the left is my Legion Pathfinder, which again there isn't a model for that. He's supposed to be in light armor. So I basically just got rid of his shoulder pads, didn't use a backpack, and then I have the sheathed chainsword from the melee weapon upgrade kit, like strapped across his back, and then I gave him the underslung bolter that's like under the sergeant's arm. But then I put I found an old school one of the back banners, like the old 40K back banners, and snipped off a piece and made like a suppressor.
That's cool.
And then his left arm is from the that's from the tank sprue.
Right.
So it's the left arm without the pad, and then like the binocs. So he's got those, and then I think that head is just one of the alternate like Mark 6 like unhelmeted head.
Okay.
But he'll be But so I had to take an HQ to ally in troops. So the guy on the left is an Iron Warrior, and then that lets me ally in. I think I'm doing 3 Sakarans as my like allied Iron Warriors to run with my Imperial Warhounds.
Right.
So it should be fun. But yeah, these guys are a blast. Like the guy on the right is like, I don't know, 17 pieces.
Yeah.
But
is your whole army based with these like deck plating Necromunda bases?
Yeah, because it was a Zone Mortalis army.
Oh, right, because you're like a boarding action. Yeah,
And it's so I'm like, oh, you're all like in buildings or starships or whatever. And then I was like, well, I can't have one guy that's not based like that. It'll look weird. So
right.
Yep. Excellent.
I like the little Auspex readout. Is he getting like the transmission from the kill counter in Karn's helmet?
Yeah.
The thing I found the most annoying in those last 3 books.
Oh yeah, and then it like breaks and he.
Chris Cumming.
They did my girl Janisha Kroll so dirty in those books. I'm so mad.
Chris Cumming says there's a mini for the Master of Signals, but yours is cooler.
Oh, sweet, good to know.
And then Josh says,
"Thank you."
But yet we have no miniature for Master of Puppet.
Yeah, and Chris is correct.
Yeah,
it is just Erebus.
It is just Erebus for sure.
And remember, kids, Erebus is the worst.
Master of Muppets.
Master. Okay.
It only works if you put Erebus in a black van.
Yeah.
Erebus definitely has like a cool wizard airbrushed onto the side of it.
Yeah, you know he does.
It looks like Magnus. But moving right along, moving into the meat and potatoes. Actually, almost. Sorry, one last thing. Thank you very much to the Army Painter. Jake and I are members of the Army Painter factory team. And we will be seeing our Army Painter event friends. So Kat, Caleb, Tim at PAX Unplugged in a week and a half. Something like a week and a half, I think.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna do a show from there?
Very soon. No, we won't. I'm gonna
we'll get photos and stuff. We'll do like a recon from it, but it's like we leave after our show next week. Like I leave on Wednesday, and then we get back on Monday. So like literally, we're here both Tuesdays.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going up on the Friday morning, and coming back the Sunday night.
Nice.
Just to squeeze it all in. But so I'm going to be hanging out mainly at the Game Envy booth. Game Envy are also doing a miniature painting area, and we'll be probably hanging out a little bit there as well. Jake, where will you be?
I'll be at the 9th level booth. Friend of the show, Chris O'Neill and his wife Heather. They own 9th level games, so I'll be hanging out at the booth covering stuff, and then I'm also doing a bunch of RPG stuff for them. I'm running the new Thunder Road RPG and probably Mazes, the RPG. I'll be running some demo games of that, so
cool.
That'll be a good time.
Nice. Yeah, it should be fun. Crazy, busy whirlwind time.
I was going to see if I could go down to PAX Unplugged, but I think I just have too much travel back to back to back, especially with having a job I just got. I feel like I shouldn't have used the like unlimited PTO that much.
Yeah. Oh wait, did you say unlimited PTO?
Yeah. I have an unlimited PTO policy, but also like if I take 3 weeks off, sort of like every other week for the first couple months, I think they'll be bad.
It's unlimited wink. Like it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty chill about it, but like, I also don't want to start on looking like an asshole.
Dude, I want to get a job like that where I'm just like, I'm going to take off 52 weeks. Is that cool?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's unlimited.
Jake, as long as you get all your work done.
Yeah.
That's you just have to get all your work done. I had that discussion with my wife a month or so ago, mainly because I'm like well in the red for my PTO. I think in 2 weeks' time, then I've paid off all the PTO that I've spent this year. And I was like, "Oh, unlimited PTO sounds awesome." And she goes, "Well, it's a bit of a sort of a scam." And
it depends on the company. The main thing is they do it so that if they lay you off, they don't have to pay you your unpaid out PTO. But like, so far, I went in saying like, hey, like I have a bunch of vacations coming up because I wasn't sure when I was going to get a job, and they said like, yeah, sure, whatever. So
nice.
I just know that if like wherever I work, if anybody like lays me off, it's like, oh man, I got to pay you back for my extra PTO. I would work that hard. Excellent. But anyway, come along to PAX Unplugged. I'm sure we'll see Sean there. We might see some other folks, but yeah, fingers crossed. We'll see some more. Let's jump in. Talk about the Trench Crusade European Championship 2025.
Yeah. It was awesome.
You got to hang on a second. I'm going to switch us to this view for a sec.
Yeah.
So tell us about how you got to go as an American, got to travel to Europe, got to invade Europe. And...
Yeah. So I started sort of doing like volunteer / event work for Factory Fortress at Adepticon this year. I was there I was at the event for like Legions Imperialis and Adeptus Titanicus, and then I finished those two events and had brought my Trench Crusade stuff just to like try to get like an open game in. And I went down and played a game. I happened to be with one of the other volunteers who was there and got to chatting with them. And then they ended up being like a little bit short staffed just because they had way more people signing up for demos than they expected. So I ended up just sort of hopping in to help run demos because I had a fun basic grasp of the rules. And then at the end of it, the guys who were running the demo tables asked me if I wanted to sign up to be a volunteer. And I said yes, because that sounded cool. So then I went down to Nova and helped run demos there and worked the booth there. And while I was there, Tomas was there too, and ended up chatting with me and told me that, there was the first sort of official tournament was happening in Belgium, and he was a little concerned that it was just going to be Belgians that were signing up to it, and that wouldn't make a lot of sense for the first European tournament for it to be just people from one country. So he asked me if I wanted to go, and I said, yeah, but I would have to obviously fly there. And he was like, well, what if I paid for your plane ticket? And I was like, well, I mean, I guess I could make time to get a free trip to Belgium to play Toy Soldiers. That would be cool. So I ended up going. It was like a really small convention the first day called Crisis that's always held in this little town every year, St. Nicholas in Belgium. And so the first day I ran demos alongside another guy, and Tomas sort of manned the booth and was chatting people up. And then the second day was the tournament, and that's what I played in, and it was awesome. We had 32 people for the tournament, which was a great turnout. A fair number of people who were fairly new to the game, but everybody had fully painted warbands. Everybody had a pretty good grasp of the rules, and it was great.
Yep.
I got my first game in last week.
Awesome.
Dan Osborne came up here for a work trip, and we got a game in on Saturday or Sunday or something. Very
cool. What are you running?
New Antioch.
Cool. Any sub-faction or just the?
I think I'm doing the. It's not. Oh, what is it? It's not the Alba one. It's the other.
The Irish.
No, I was gonna do them. I changed it from that. It's maybe it is the. It's the one.
I think you're doing stock. You're doing the stock one.
Is it stock?
Yeah.
I'm doing the one where if you take your lieutenant gets tough. I think it's the
Well, your lieutenant always gets tough. Alba is where your lieutenant gets strong.
Yeah. Which one is it?
Alba gives your lieutenant strong.
Okay, I think maybe it's that one.
Alba's cool, and in 1.0 they got some buffs. Like I think there was a pretty big tournament in Poland a few weeks ago, or a month or two ago, where the top place was taken by Alba. They're cool. They're a cool warband.
It's fun though. I think my list is basically we had it on last week, but it's basically I have my lieutenant in machine armor, and then I have 2 mechanized infantry upgraded to machine armor, and then I've got a sniper priest, a combat engineer, and then 4 yeomen. That's basically the list.
Yeah. Cool.
Excellent. So jumping back to the European Championship for a minute, we've got a list of folks who participated on the right there. On the left, we have the winner of the wooden spoon.
Yep. He had some. I didn't play against him, but he had some rough games, and he took it like a champ. I was, yeah. He was. Everybody there was super nice. This guy was just having a blast the whole time, even though he was getting like tabled.
Right.
It takes a certain caliber of person to just get like dunked on the whole game,
and to not like leave like your last board like flipping the table and walking out.
Exactly. Just spiking your lieutenant. Just
Fantastic.
I trusted you.
But first up, speaking of the wonderful Europeans that won awards, so Mauritius from Belgium was the European champion. Now we need to put him in contact with Phil.
Yeah, so Phil, he can take a shot at the champ.
Yeah.
The for the World Series next year at Adepticon.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, that'd be kind of cool because Phil's the North American champ, right?
Yeah, the best Trench Crusade player in North America.
Nice.
Absolutely. Well, I was going to say it's still the world, right? Because this guy hasn't challenged him.
Oh, it's true.
The first runner-up or second place, Felix Blankerman from Germany, Morgan Lombard in third place from France.
Nice.
And then we skip over there, Peter Hairston.
Well, the only award that matters. Well done, Pete.
That is, I go to every event I can with my goal being to win sportsmanship and just make sure everybody around me is having as good a time as possible.
That's awesome. I'm here for it. It's the best.
And
I'm super proud of you, Pete.
I figured as an American, I need to represent, my country's spirit. And so I played a Knights of Avarice list, Glory to Mammon. And then I brought custom dice that I'd had made for my Dark Mechanicum army that also I used for my Naval Raiders for Trench Crusade, but I have a bunch of extra ones. So I was giving them out to everybody. So I brought bribes too. So
nice.
Yeah. And it worked.
It worked.
Best painted.
There was a tie for best painted.
Yeah, both of these guys had gorgeous warbands. They're in the. I'll point them out, Dave, when you show the warband list. But the Pierre, the first guy here with his hands up, he sculpted his entire warband by hand, and then he cast them and printed them out, and then Cone had a Prussian warband that was just really gorgeous looking. There were a lot of really, really good looking warbands there though.
That's awesome.
Awesome. So just quickly, James LaCour is asking, did the tournament play a lot like the old Mordenheim tourneys where you get gold crowns after each game to upgrade your army and hire more henchmen?
So I can talk a little bit about the format. So the way it was set lists, 900 ducats and 8 glory. And then there was no progression. It wasn't like a campaign, though I would say most of the events in the US that have been being run, the one at Nova and then the one that I'm running at Everwinter, I'm pretty sure, or whatever we're going to run at Adepticon, are run as mini campaigns. This was very set lists with the missions being very carefully set up to be to play less narratively and more in a sort of balanced tournament format, kind of real sweaty kind of set up for it. They played really well, and it was interesting to build a list knowing I didn't have to potentially care about what died, because I didn't have to worry about injuries or deaths or progression.
Oh yeah, because you'll get your list back every game.
Yeah, I had another list that I was sort of on the fence about which to bring, which would have been my Trench Ghosts, and I think that one would have done a little better. But I have some actual disposable units in that, sarcophagus mines that blow up and die, and I was more willing to bring that kind of thing, or more sort of stuff to toss into the fire to either be chaff or whatever, because I was worried only about winning that mission right at any given time. It was a really different way to play, and a different style of thought sort of technology about the game itself. I liked it a lot. I think a lot of that had to do with the people that were playing and the way it was run, and rather than necessarily the format. I think any game can be fun when you're playing it very competitively, but a lot of games that are sort of designed from the ground up to be hyper competitive tend to be less fun in a tournament, because those games are drawing people who are coming in very competitive and very sweaty, and and so like I think it redounds to Trench Crusade's benefit that even though this was like a very competitive tournament, every single person was awesome, and every game was like super gracious. Everybody was operating under like, you know, assume the best intent of anything. Whenever I'm playing it, I always try to sort of like say like, I am moving this guy here. My understanding is that, you know, these are the sort of knockout things like that guy cannot see him. He is in cover, that kind of thing. So that everybody kind of both players playing know and agree what the situation is. So that then that helps eliminate arguments later on. And then if there's like a disagreement, like, I don't know, everything got settled really.
It's like a competitive tournament played by narrative players.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody was trying, right? Like there definitely wasn't a lot of like, I'm going to do this for the meme or whatever, right? Like it was only like, right. I am not going to do this because there is no benefit to me for doing it and I want to win, right? But everybody was super positive the whole time.
I expect as well that there'd be quite a few people playing perhaps most of the field who were maybe playing in English, which isn't their first language. So
because there was actually a fairly wide spread of people from different countries there. I think everybody defaulted to English a lot of the time. I mean, when there was like two Germans playing each other, they were speaking in German. I will say that it's Europe, so everybody spoke English better than I do. I never felt like there was really a language barrier, except during there was like one rules conversation that got a little heated where I was asked to weigh in because I was like I was also kind of an event volunteer, that got a little bit heated. And I think that might've been because of a language barrier, but like I didn't notice any kind of like, everybody was just being very good about explaining what they were trying to do and taking their time and not fast rolling or trying to like, you know, the stuff that you might see at like a really competitive, like 40K tournament where somebody's trying to kind of get like a psychological advantage or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's cool.
That's awesome. That's always good to hear too. I mean, and Pete, that also speaks to like you winning your sportsmanship award, because when you have a whole tournament full of people that are all trying to be good sports and you come out at the top of that heap, like that's awesome.
Yeah, I felt really good about it. It was the way that we handed out painting and sportsmanship really set off my social anxiety, because we each got like a chit to physically hand to somebody if we thought theirs was the best painted or they were the best sport, as opposed to like writing it down and like doing a vote. But it did result in a very cool moment where at the end, Tomas was like, all right, well, everybody who got at least one vote for best sport, raise your hand. And every single person in the room raised their hand. Like there were like maybe one or two people who hadn't happened to get like a vote from somebody. And then it was like, how many people got two? And then it started to thin out. Right. And then
it was like, how many people got four? And you were like, yeah,
it was three actually. So like really it was very well spread out. And it really like spoke to the caliber of everybody who was playing, that almost everybody was somebody's favorite person to encounter that day.
That's awesome.
That is good. This is the photo of the trophy.
You can see my beer and my coffee creamer next to it.
Yeah, nice. Which were also part of the prize.
Yeah, it lights up, which is cool. So I've got it here actually, and it has like LEDs built into it. The guy who ran the event made all of the trophies himself. So it's all laser etched into this plexiglass that has LEDs built into it, and it actually like changes colors, which is, I don't know if it'll work.
Oh yeah, it's got the rainbow underneath. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's very cool.
That is cool.
Pete uses it as a nightlight.
I have it down here on all the time, and I bought a bunch of extra AAA batteries so I can never know. But it says brightest light on it, which was like very touching.
That's cool.
This is a text chain between Tomas and I. So I got sent the file for the new mercenary, the Goetic Warlock, like the official sculpt for it ahead of time, and I painted it up. And I had talked to him like on the day at Nova, being like, hey, like if I go to this, can I bring that? Would that be cool? And he said, yeah, that's fine. And I just wanted to like get it in writing from him. They're like, if I bring this model that you've definitely been very explicit, like do not share on the internet up until this point, like I'm not going to get in trouble, right?
Yeah.
And then I also, this is just to show him that I did paint something for demos That was the official miniatures that I did. Like I did like the day before we were about to leave.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's awesome. It's just very cool, and I think his response, like, yes, by all means.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's very like typical Tomas. Like, yeah, man. Like, why?
Yes, please do it. Everything's very succinct.
Yeah.
But yeah, very cool. And speaking of that, so that Goetic Warlock is this dude over here.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, by looking at the rest of the warband, I'm not shy about using models that aren't like official STLs or the official plastic kits or anything like that. I have really struggled to find a Goetic Warlock like third-party one. Like I like the idea of the model a lot, and I loved the art, but like all of the 30-party sculpts just didn't really do it for me. And then I saw they sent me like the file for the official one. I was like, this is exactly what I want. It is a really cool sculpt. It's huge. It's so much bigger than I thought that it would be.
Yep.
And it was really cool to paint. I mean, like a lot of Trench Crusade stuff, right? It almost like kind of paints itself, especially if you're doing a lot of the weathering on it and things like that. And yeah.
That's awesome. But this is the rest of your warband. You mentioned it's the Knights of Avarice, which are a subfaction of the Heretic Legion.
Yep. So because they worship Mammon, the like Archdevil of Greed, you can't have a model in the warband that costs less than 80 ducats, because they're all like covered with drip. So it means your warband tends to be very small but very elite. So I had but you can also steal items, an item from New Antioch and an item from the Sultanate. So from New Antioch, I stole the heavy shotgun, which I gave to that anointed there that is being highlighted, and then I stole the wind amulet from Sultanate, which I gave to my heretic priest and my chorister. My chorister, I gave the tarnished armor, which is a Mammon only item that makes it so that if somebody's in range to charge and you're not engaged, you have to charge the model with tarnished armor. And then I gave it the standard of Mammon too, which means that anytime any model enters within an inch of that model, so like for combat, they have to take an action or they fall down and they can't get up because they're like bowing before Mammon. So with the chorister has a rule where everything within 8 inches of it takes any action at a -1 die. So you have to charge him. As soon as you hit him with the charge, you have to take a test at -1 die to not fall down. So you're probably going to fall down. And then when you're falling down, all of your attacks are at -2 dice because you're on the ground and you're next to a chorister. So it's just this like very suffering-based model that really frustrated a couple of my opponents in a way where like it happened and then they're like, well, you said all the stuff that it did at the beginning of the game, but I didn't
quite
really understand until I had my three most dangerous models in base to base with it, and they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, the chorister is definitely one of those things that I'm like, if someone puts it on the board, I'm like, cool, my sniper priest is killing him. Like, I don't want to be anywhere near this.
It's definitely a like just shoot it from range, and then it's not as much of a problem.
What is so how do you get away? How do you get around having the dog? Because the dog is obviously not 80 ducats.
So the dog's a glory. So you can spend glory on stuff, and it avoids the ducat cost.
All right, nice.
So it's not like Red Brigade where you're spending ducats on it. You're spending glory on it. So I took a Hellhound, which ended up costing 3 glory because I gave it was a dog, which is 1. I gave it the Hellhound upgrade, which is another glory, and then I gave it the rule work and fire team with somebody to fire team it with the chorister because the chorister, I didn't equip him to be particularly killy, so I wanted something with him that could like do damage, and it didn't work out perfectly. Like I said, I think if I wanted to go really hard into winning, I probably would have switched to my trench ghosts, but I had a lot of fun with this list and they looked cool. And in the back is my what I used for my werewolf, because I wanted to kind of go with this sort of Egyptian North African kind of theme with a lot of the stuff, because that's where Mammon is based. And then I've got an artillery witch, 2 anointed, and my heretic priest in the middle there.
Yeah.
No, the priest had a submachine gun, 1 sacrificial dagger, and a trench shield. I think my sort of flaw was this list that I didn't build it enough for enough things to be good at killing, where I ended up relying too hard on a couple miniatures that were very good at killing, and the rest was just sort of a jack of all trades kind of thing.
Right. Your two anointed, they're built from what do you call it?
They're Stormcast Praetors that I swapped the hammerheads on, and then cut the face of the mask off, and used these like horned skulls that I found.
Cool.
Yeah, they're definitely, it's definitely a cool looking warband.
Thank you. I'm pretty happy with how they came out.
What's the big guy on the right with the claws?
That's the Goetic Warlock.
Okay.
So he's a mercenary, but the Knights of Avarice can buy him for ducats instead of glory. He can like teleport around, and he shoots he causes blood markers by looking at guys. And if he's in melee combat with you, you can't run away from combat because he's like giving you a mean hug. And he's got a cool utility item. A lot of people try to use him as a replacement for like a death commando because Knights of Avarice can't take death commandos, but he doesn't do the same thing as a death commando does. He's not as good at killing stuff. He's good at model displacement and causing blood markers and stuff like that, and zipping over objectives because he's fast in a way that you wouldn't expect him to be.
Nice.
A little bit there, that hugging idea.
Yeah. He likes warm hugs.
Then you can teleport with that model that you.
Yeah. When he teleports, if you're in combat with something, you can take somebody with you.
Sorry. Yeah. Cool. Is everybody still there? Oh.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Yeah. I clicked the mouse at one
We were
point.
all too still.
Did I pause it? What did I do? So, cool. Next up, so this was the venue?
Yeah, it was this really cool event space in the town. The guy who ran the event, whose name was also Peter, he runs the local game club, and he's some sort of like local politician, and had use of this space for this con, and it was really beautiful. It was this nice building with, as you can see, like tons of windows, so everything was in really good natural light. Which helped, especially as like the day wore on, and it helps to not just be under fluorescence and in an enclosed room in a convention hall or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not pictured here, but there was a bar because it's Belgium, so like everybody was like drinking beer all day and just having a good time.
Awesome.
It is just a great, it would be an awesome space to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Chilling out. Brendan says, I bet that priest doesn't have 2 sacrificial daggers.
No, I think he probably would have benefited from doing that. Again, there are like things I would change about this list if I went again, especially with the changes to 1.0.
Yeah. Well, maybe chatting with Peter about those a little bit later. My heretic priest has 2 sacrificial daggers. Just pushing the limits there. So that's it all set up. And that's the same room with everybody.
We had 32 people, which was awesome. It felt full but not crowded, which was nice. Like the noise level wasn't crazy in the way that it can get, like when you're at like Nova and kind of those low ceilinged rooms where you can't hear anything. Especially for having to pull together 18 or 16 tables as quickly as they did. The tables all looked great. I mean, you can see one of the cooler ones was this train junction that's right in the front here. I think I have a close-up picture of part of it that's in the deck. This table, a guy from Germany brought. Yeah, there's the train table. This was a cool one. I didn't get to play on it, but I wish I had. There were a lot of really great, really characterful tables. A lot of really good examples of that kind of negative space terrain where the raised areas are all like separate blocks. That's really like cost and space efficient to transport and carry, but a lot of more bespoke tables like this one too.
And then something like this.
Yeah, this table, a guy from Germany brought this, and this is the coolest trench table I've seen in a while. The ground cover, like in No Man's Land, was almost like made out of mulch. Like it had this really interesting, like organic, natural feel to it. Everything looked fantastic. This was my favorite table of the day. It was really.
I like the actual artillery pit right in the front.
The trenches were really deep on it. Like I want to say like 2.5 inches deep. Like it had a really good sense of depth. The shell craters were cool. The one like that's like filled with the couple that are like filled with liquid. This was a cool table. It looked really like grimdark and grimy, but popped enough visually. Like I don't know. It was great. Obviously you've got the cross with all their radio antenna stuck on it and everything, which is like every Trench Crusade table has to have one.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Where's my?
I like the sandbags around the statue too. That's a cool.
Yeah.
Historical feel.
Yeah.
One of the things that's really cool, I think, with the these bunkers with the sort of the church spires on them, and this tall spire crucifix, it gives a real feeling of walking through a very fancy cemetery.
Yeah.
More museums going on.
Definitely seeing some of these tables gave me some ideas for tables I want to do in the future. This is the first game where I've wanted to make terrain. Like I've always leaned very heavily on like whatever terrain happens to be on at a store or whatever for when I play like Horus Heresy and things like that. And I've had sort of like, I don't know, maybe I'll make a table for it or something. But I've made probably 7 tables for Trench Crusade now, and there's so much character from like Mike Francina's art and the lore that I always have like and just sort of generally like reading about World War I and seeing pictures, right, where you have every time I can have another idea for like a 3x3 table that's gonna be super unique and super cool. Like I want to do is like a barbed wire labyrinth, right, where it's just everything's covered in barbed wire, but there's like some narrow paths through it, because you'll see these pictures of No Man's Land where it's not just like there's a line of barbed wire or two, but it's like these like huge coils and nests of it and piles of it everywhere.
Yeah. And just using it like almost like canopy of trees.
Yeah.
So the canopy of a forest kind of thing, or a small copse of trees or something like that. And the trees themselves, instead of being trees, they're crosses.
Yeah. I've got a few line of sight blocking that are based on that hill of crosses that's in Poland, I think, where they're just like super closely spaced together.
Right.
That I have for scatter terrain. And I just finished for the Everwinter event. We're having a table that's all like a super heavy artillery emplacement. So I've got this gigantic artillery cannon that's probably like this big. We have a bunch of smaller artillery pieces, but then I got a bunch of empty shotgun shell hulls that I've turned into like scatter terrain that's like piles of artillery shell casings and things like that for the rest of the table.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. That sounds great. You're gonna have to post a whole bunch of photos of your.
We're gonna take a bunch of photos because the tables I'm really proud of the tables I built for it, but Spencer has put together some really cool looking tables too. I'm really excited about.
Yeah. Excellent. This one looks great as well. The stuff looks like it's the like the Pegasus.
Yeah, that's all Pegasus hobbies, though, the 2 buildings.
Yeah. But, looks great, and I love that it's all and everything's in background. So
yeah.
Yep. Excellent.
I liked all the little posters and stuff the guy had printed out for the trench walls. This was it's a lot like cleaner looking, but like still like very characterful, very like, oh yeah, like this is Trench Crusade, right? Like everything is like a church, and inside the church for scattered, so that there was breaking up in there were a bunch of these like gravestone little scatter pieces. And
cool.
Definitely cool looking.
Yeah, that's awesome. We saw that one.
Yeah,
that was great. This is different from the the scenario played on this table wasn't the
correct. The scenarios were very like not narrative based. They were like, here are the objectives, and here is exactly where to place them, and then here is exactly how you interact with them. It wasn't a lot of like, oh well, one side gets like this extra cannon, or like you have to grab these supplies and move them around. They played the missions were very straightforward and played very smoothly. Which, I mean, it's just different, right? I think I prefer the narrative stuff myself, but I think it proved that Trench Crusade can work very effectively as a competitive game. It just you have to think about the game very differently than how you would think, like
Right.
if you were running in like a narrative event where you were going to do exploration and recovery and stuff after each round.
Sure. And you can't just place the narrative scenarios into a competitive.
No, not at all. They're just, it would be really unbalanced. There are some warbands that would just crush like certain kinds of objectives in a way that the others wouldn't. I think that would result in scoring that wouldn't make a lot of sense. That wouldn't really reflect like the caliber of the players' play.
Yeah. Here's another train.
Yeah, another train. I played on this one. You can see this is the match that I lost. So I won my first match. I lost my second, and I tied the third. This guy. See if I can remember what his real name is. All I have on here is his. Unfortunately, all I have is his like handle on Longshanks, but he was playing Trench Pilgrims and had a very clear plan that he executed well, and I had some dice rolls that just really did not like my plan like fell apart very quickly, unfortunately. It was a great game and close, but yeah, like he crushed me. My werewolf. This was the game where my werewolf failed to dash on 4 dice twice in a row, and I was just like, I guess you're just gonna sit this one out, buddy.
It's gonna hang back a little bit.
Yeah, until he got shot by an anti-tank communicant, and then the Shrine Anchorite punched him in the face, and then he was done. So he didn't do anything, then he ran up, and then he died. I was like,
Right.
Oh, cool.
It do be like that sometimes.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Indeed.
This table I called the Meat Church. It was. This picture does not capture how upsetting the centerpiece is, because these white things are like teeth, and then there's like this mouth on this like central plinth, and there's all these like veins and stuff everywhere. It was real gross. It was very well made, but
This is
very
like a ring of teeth.
or like an intestines or something. But like this, it's in the front corner you've got here this like yellow like thing, like that's like teeth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
No. Yeah.
I think initially I didn't quite sort of realize the size of these, like probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches tall.
Yeah, most of these trenches are going to be 2 inches tall.
Right.
So this is a big centerpiece.
That's huge. That's wild. But yeah, looks very cool. I think we're into some photos from your games.
Yeah, so this is the first game. This was a guy named Jakub who was from Germany, playing the Dirge subfaction of Black Grail. Super nice guy. It was the first event for Trench Crusade he'd ever been to, and probably one of the earliest. Like he hadn't played many games, but like he knew the rules. Like he knew what his warband did. He did clump up a lot of his thralls together a lot, which let my artillery witch exploit that, which really turned things around. Like I spent the first, so my heretic priest and my hellhound and my chorister all charged this sin eater who like ran up to the center objective in the first turn, and then every single one of them whiffed, and like it. So I was, and then the sin eater just like clapped my chorister. So I was like, this is not a great start to this game. And things were, and he had me on the ropes for a while, but because as he was converging on that center objective, he kept clumping guys up, and I was able to start winning stuff back by blowing guys back with the artillery witch's blast and hitting like 4 or 5 models at a time with her bomb hit. And so I was able to really swing things back into my direction by the end of it, with the werewolf charging in finally and just starting to grind stuff up, because if it does hit, it does a lot of damage.
And that's definitely you can tell that's a lack of miniature experience. Like the first game I played against Dan, he had an artillery witch. Now again, I've never played the game before, and I was like, okay, so my dudes are mostly going to be in cover, except for my mechanized infantry who don't care. And I put them 2 inches away from each other, so that even when he tried to artillery witch them, I was like, well, you can only get one. Like it just seemed like it made sense to do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
But I could definitely see being like, oh, if I keep my guys together, and you're like, ooh, yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. So there was this awesome piece of Age of Sigmar terrain actually that was on this table, and I was like, well, the artillery has to go here because it's in this, sort of patinaed verdigris bronze sphere and armillary sphere, and then she's in the middle of it, being all like patinaed and gold, and so yeah, it made for a cool picture. She was definitely like the hero of that match. Through like 3 turns of just really crushing guys and doing a lot of damage, and yeah.
So and because it's the Knights of Avarice, you were throwing gas bombs, is that right?
Yeah, which against Black Rail aren't as effective, but you're still throwing dice, so you can still roll well, and you're still building up blood markers on things, and you're still knocking models back because the bomb still has its knockback effect. So if you target it right, you can still like push guys off of objectives, push them off of ledges and stuff like that, which was very effective. Yeah. Especially to then set up for the werewolf to charge things and take advantage of there being a bunch of blood markers on stuff. And
and the gas bomb ignores armor though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's pretty fierce. Awesome. Except that was the pylon.
Yeah, so you can see everything starting to come together, where I finally got the werewolf in along with everything else on this Sin Eater and was able to take him down. And then once the werewolf was free from that combat, it was able to just rampage on. The Sin Eater was by far the most difficult thing he had to kill, and then everything else was like the most of the werewolf stuff ignores armor, and I had already started building up blood markers on things, so. Once the werewolf can start picking stuff off, it's just going to munch through chaff like nobody's business.
And was he using these are the cultists, right? The
thralls, yeah.
The thralls.
So it was dirge, so they all had guns, but his rolls turned in like the last 2 turns too, in a pretty dramatic way. Where he was just like failing to hit a lot, and I was spending blood markers to keep him from hitting, and so yeah.
Excellent.
This is from another battle. This isn't one of the battles I had. I just liked this fight between the Scripture Guardian and the Shrine Anchorite in the center of the board, and you could see this. This was a Sultanate player against Trench Pilgrims, and this guy's Sultanate warband was really pretty looking, so I wanted to get a couple pictures of his stuff.
Yeah, that's great. And you got the bull, brazen bull in the background there.
Yeah, fighting. It looks like a Sigmatic nun.
Right. Excellent. I love that you can have like so many different things going on across a Trench Crusade table as well.
Yeah.
Really important fights.
The locus of the battle can really shift dramatically, even on such a small table. And it's really interesting where, like, you might have one thing that's like a dog pile of like 3 or 4 models, and then what ends up really mattering to win might be somewhere else, but everybody's investing. You can sort of like bait a player into investing too many of their resources into trying to kill your Shrine Anchorite, which are just so difficult to kill.
Yeah. What was I going to ask? Oh, I had a question there. Oh, it'll come back to me. But yeah. Oh, there we go. No, that was just before. Sorry, I didn't pay attention to it.
That's all right. I might have sent these to you in a weird order anyway.
That's cool. Not a problem. And I'm sure, like, Messenger probably resorted them.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg decided he wanted them in a slightly different order. This was one of the two Sultanate warbands that were there. I really liked this guy's conversions. I think both Sultanate players were playing the House of Wisdom. This one definitely is a House of Wisdom list.
That guy with the pistol and the gold mask, that guy's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. They're really cool. I like the dune basing that they have. Yeah. It has this like good, like subtle texture to it.
Yeah.
The
beautiful.
Like runes or scripture or whatever that's on the like tassels on this middle guy is really good. Just really characterful, right? Like a lot of warbands at this tournament that really stood out. It wasn't just people were there to like play a game with, a game abstraction and win. Like they wanted to show off they're cool warbands too.
Oh, that's fantastic. Very cool. So yeah, that's what we've got for the rest of the presentation. Is cool warbands.
Yeah.
We have loads.
Yeah, this was there were quite a few Trench Pilgrim players, which is interesting to me because in the local area, Trench Pilgrims are pretty rare from what I've seen. There aren't a ton of Trench Pilgrim players. And then the top 3 spots at this tournament were all taken by Trench Pilgrims. But I really liked the blue and yellow colors on this guy. I think this guy was French. There were a couple like his. I think this is the one where his the shoulder pad of the Shrine Anchorite has the fleur-de-lis on it, and then the little under the lamb that's strapped to its front, he has a little portrait of Kermit the Frog.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Yeah, but yeah, his warband was cool. I liked his Trench Shrine too, with the artillery shell in it.
Yeah,
and then the purple flesh for the Anchorite was really striking, or not Anchorite, Communicant was really striking.
Yeah, looks great, and the War Prophet with the helmet.
Yeah, like the casque helmet instead of a.
Yeah. Very cool.
They're nice looking.
This was some real like classic standard New Antioch. This guy and his brother both came and had very great warbands and were super friendly. Like immediately sought me out to engage me. Most of the people, when they found out that like I was the guy who was American, their first question was like, "So do you live in Europe and like you just like put yourself as American on Longshanks?" I'm like, "No, I flew out here," and they were all like, "What are you?"
That's awesome.
You're like, I'm the ringer that was flown in by the GM.
Yeah.
Excellent.
To make sure everybody's nice.
Yeah. But no, these are cool, and I love the again that shrine. Did everybody have to take a
no, it's just a really effective thing to spend some glory on. It costs 2 glory, so if you were kind of odd out on glory, it adds 2 to your model count as long as it's on the table. And it's really easy to kill, but it's also really easy to hide. So it makes it so you really don't have to worry about taking morale checks.
Yeah, oh, that's good.
And especially if you're playing New Antioch, where like if you're relying, like this warband does, on having a lot of just dudes that probably don't have any armor, or at best have standard armor that's a -1, you're probably going to be risking a lot of model attrition. So having to just not worry about taking a morale check is very powerful.
Right. Yeah, that is a good one. Very cool. Did you think about doing that for your knights at any point? Or?
I thought about it, but since I had the standard and the leader adds it, so the standard always adds a die to your morale check, and the leader always adds a die to your morale check. I figured it's not going to be. It's unlikely I would lose both, so I'm going to be taking any morale checks I have to take on 3 and at least 3 dice.
Right.
Positively, and if I've lost both my chorister and my priest, things are probably going so badly that passing a morale check isn't going to be the thing that wins me the game.
Right. That's fair. That's fair. Excellent. This is another New Antioch.
Yep, another New Antioch list. This is probably the second most popular faction there. I just liked this guy's stuff. It was it looked really clean. I liked a lot of the extra little details on the models. I like the little like back banner. These were like sort of Japanese themed, but not entirely. I don't know. It just looked cool.
Yeah, they're nice looking.
Yeah.
Is the big guy mechanized?
That's a heavy mechanized infantry.
Okay.
I think he might not have upgraded it to have the full mechanized armor.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
They're just the -2 save.
Yeah.
But, no, that's cool. There's something about the little neckerchiefs.
Yeah.
Which gives a little bit of a like a Roman vibe.
Yeah. He might have been running Papal States, but I don't think anybody was, which kind of surprised me because Papal States have some interesting stuff with them. I thought about doing it, but I'd have had to like do a ton of. I'd have had to basically print and paint an entirely new warband. So
yeah, no, that looked cool. Heretic Legion.
Yep, this is another Heretic Legion list. I just really liked how the smoke looked on the War Witch for it, or the Artillery Witch for it.
The purple and stuff.
Yeah, that artillery witch sculpt is great.
Absolutely.
Like that guy. That guy on the right's super cool.
I think that the one with his like claws out.
Yeah, like the predator
Yeah,
looking guy.
that's the Death Commando.
Nice.
They're cool.
Yeah, definitely neat there. You mentioned that New Antioch was like the second most prevalent.
Yeah,
So,
I think probably Trench Pilgrims were the most prevalent, and then New Antioch. And then there was definitely at least 2 of every major faction, and then a fair number of sub factions. There was another Knights of Avarice player that was there.
Yep,
The only list I don't remember seeing where there were no assassins, and no Papal States, and no trench ghosts.
Okay. This is
another Trench Pilgrim. This is the one that has the French guy that had the fleur-de-lis on his shrine egg, right?
Yeah.
Very nice.
But these were just very technically well painted. Like it's all the official kits, except for this guy with the like pigeon coop on his back.
The Trench.
That's from an artist named Complicated, who's on Cult 3D.
Yeah.
He does the Naval Raiders that I use that have like they're like the Danish frogmen with like the veils.
All right. Nice.
But yeah, this guy's cool. I don't know what he used him for, but the model was great.
He is very cool. I've got that model printed out and painted up, but I've never used it as the Trench Aviarist. But
yeah.
I would think you could probably use it as like a trench shrine as well.
Yeah, that would work, right? Or like you can have to be like an ecclesiastical prisoner, I guess. Or I mean, you could just use it as like a regular Trench Pilgrim.
What's the model? What's the model in the back that looks like a ranger? Like she has like the hooded cloak.
So that's the Ammo Monk. It is I think it's like a 1 glory piece. But basically it doesn't do anything by itself, but you pair it with another model and you can do an action to give their next ranged attack something. So you pair it with almost certainly paired with the anti-tank communicant. You can either give them +1 their next shot +1 to die to hit, give it blast, or something else that I can't remember.
Right.
Those are the only 2 that I have seen that I've used. Giving the gun blast or giving it a +1 to hit.
Very nice.
Yeah, they look great. Beautiful stuff. This is a Red Brigade.
Yep.
The Antioch.
Yep, there were 2 Red Brigade lists, which impressed me because you start with a lot of blood on your warband, and it makes it challenging going into it, especially if you're fighting into like demons, because they use blood to cast spells and stuff.
Cool.
Give me just a second. I'm going to switch to my headset just because my dog is kind of...
I was going to say, is that coming from Pete or from you, Jake?
No, my girls are upstairs.
Yeah. It was like, oh, very obviously we can't mute Pete. I can mute for a second.
No, that's my kids are headed home, so the dogs are starting to get a little angry.
Oh, good. Yeah, so you're mentioning you're kind of surprised to see Red Brigade because...
Yeah, because you start with a lot of blood on your for every 200 ducats in your warband, your opponent can put a blood marker at the start of the game on any of your models. Okay. So especially if you're fighting Court of the Seven-Headed Serpent, where their spells use blood to cast, you're just giving an early advantage to opponents. Red Brigade have some really strong things that benefit them. On the other side of that, they get to have their version of a communicant, which is really strong. And they have the trench dogs, which are really good, but it can make it challenging.
Right. Yeah, these guys look really nice.
Yeah, they were a cool warband. They're like I said, every warband, almost all the warbands were really gorgeous.
Also, there are quite a few observers.
Observers are really good. They can attack twice. They have an ability where if they fail an action, you can let them try again, even if it's like risky. So they can like try their dash again or anything like that. and then they can move other models and stuff like that. They're just a really good utility piece.
The Knights of Avarice.
Yeah, this is the other Knights of Avarice list. He took a Sin Eater, but he had some of these like sculpts that were kind of based on the on Mike Franchina's art with the guys in the gold armor with the skull faces and like the hole in their chest.
Yep. Was he using those as anointed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They I saw those on My Mini Factory, I think, and I think the renders there didn't give it a really sort of clear idea of the quality of the
Yeah, they're all right. I don't think I think this is another case where whatever Factory Fortress ends up doing officially for these,
yeah,
in plastic, I assume at this point, will end up looking phenomenal.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, I saw them and I was like, I'm gonna go my own path.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, I don't know. I also really I think I could do something really cool with these Stormcast, right? To like look like they're fancy and more dynamic.
Yeah. And, excellent. One of the things I did love, and I immediately thought maybe I'll change my Legionnaire.
Is the bull head?
The bull, the bull helmet.
Yeah.
Such a cool idea that I didn't think about. So
yeah.
A little bit too fancy with mine, but
I like his hat. You know, it's just a different kind. Yeah.
But yeah, these guys look cool. Very nice indeed. Here's another Trench Pilgrim.
Other Trench Pilgrims. I like the. I really liked the guy with the cross with the speakers strapped to it.
Right.
And just how like grimy the whole warband looks, and like everything looked intentionally dirty in a way that felt characterful. And
yeah,
you'll see that a lot of these warbands have the martyrdom, the ecclesiastic prisoners with the martyrdom devices,
right.
Because again, like in this tournament, I don't have to worry about paying for stuff in the next round of a campaign or something like that, right? So like I can afford to have a guy or two that I go in knowing is going to die, but hopefully kill 3 models with him or something like that.
Right. Yep. But very cool. Cool. I haven't seen a red done on the Shrine Anchorite before.
Yeah. There was a distinctive look to it.
Yeah. That looks great. Court of Serpents.
Yep, this guy was super nice. He was definitely like, this was like the first time he had really played Trench Crusade, and these were the first models he had painted for it. Which one, like, I wish the first models I had painted looked like this. That's crazy. But anytime somebody's going to use the Desecrated Saint, it's such a cool piece. It's so big and scary and weird and creepy.
Yep. I don't think I realized how big it is.
It is gigantic.
I like the sword made out of like swords.
Yeah, it's got a very sort of Dark Souls, Elden Ring kind of vibe to it.
Yep.
Same thing with the Hell Knight.
Yeah, it looks very cool.
Yeah, this was there were a few people. So between rounds, I was wandering around just sort of answering rules questions, and this was one of the few instances where somebody was clearly just hadn't played very much because they were getting some sort of like fundamental things wrong about their warband. The court player who didn't know you couldn't take blood off of anything with a demon thing. It's like the main thing about court. And he was like, oh, well, I mean, I don't understand how I'm supposed to play it. I'm like, well, I mean, that's why you take Wretched. So you can beat him up to get blood off of him. And yeah.
That's I will admit, I think my first game, I didn't realize that. So
sure. Yeah. Yeah. Like, again, like if it's your first game, like there's a lot of, especially a warband as complicated as court is, right? Like they're not a warband I would have recommended to anybody to play as like their first warband because their rules are so weird.
Yeah. I would have said court was not the first warband that I painted.
Yeah.
4 warbands before then, but it's the first one that I really played with.
Yeah. There was a lot of like with the first time I played against Court, there was a lot of like they can do what? Okay, and then what? Is this guy done yet? He's done like 6 things.
Yep, I learned a lot about them when I played against them. My friend Chris Weinstein, just hosed me off the board at Nova. Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. But another Heretic Legion list.
Yeah, I liked how grounded the paint job was for these and the sort of like general theme of the miniatures. It's very sort of like desert Africa core, kind of like it had a very, I mean, it's, there's a giant wolf with like armor plating and a lady throwing bombs out of the air, but like it had a very grounded sort of realist kind of feel to it. That spoke to me a lot.
Yeah, that's a nice looking band. I like that.
Absolutely. I think I'm loving the artillery, which like
that's one of Westphalia's sculpts.
Okay.
She has like the Pan's Labyrinth head mask thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very dynamic. Like you can sort of see her throwing these bombs and.
Yeah.
I just love that it's almost she's negative space.
Yeah.
She's in black. Everything's black. It's just like boom. Looks great.
Yeah.
Very cool. French Pilgrim.
Yeah, this is the guy I played second who crushed me. I really liked a lot of the like barbed wire. I liked the Shrine Anchorite having the like Crown of Thorns on it. It just had a very remind me of a lot of the Villainy Inc. Grimdark painting style stuff.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's a nice
all of the bones.
It's cool too because like you can tell that this guy obviously has painted minis for a long time because it reads as monochromatic, but when you look at it, you're like, there's a lot of color in it.
Yeah,
but it's very uniform across the board. And then like the Shrine Anchorite with its like the glow effect on the windows on the helmet and stuff, and there's lots of little spot color he did. So very cool looking.
This is actually the warband that I voted for the best painted. I just kept coming back to it and like noticing more basing details, more little details in the way he had done things. I can understand completely why other warbands got voted for because they're also gorgeous, but like there was a lot here that I think rewarded a deeper, like looking more and more into like closer into the miniatures.
Yeah. Excellent. I love the, this is like casket. I'm guessing Castigator at the front here with the punt gun.
Yeah, with the punt gun. Yeah, I have that. As soon as I got home, I printed up that sculpt because I was like, oh, I love that. Everybody gives their Castigator a punt gun because he's strong and you don't necessarily want him getting his face punched in. You want him, shooting with like a stupid big shotgun.
Right. Yeah. Excellent. That's cool. Very nice. Another Sultanate.
Yeah, this is the other Sultanate warband. I really liked the purple and like it's basically like a 3-color warband, but executed so well. The cloth looked great. Had a lot of neat sculpts and stuff like that. So
sorry,
plus the creamer in the background, which is
the creamer shows up in a lot of these because we were drinking a lot of coffee.
I guess was there a risk of the creamer running out? So people were like,
I think people maybe didn't know how much creamer they would need or something. I tended to just put all of my creamer and then like immediately throw away the containers and stuff. But
yeah,
I mean,
they ended with a lot of creamer.
This creamer's gold, so it's painted to match the army.
Yeah.
That's his trench shrine.
Right. Turkish coffee. It makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Really leaning into the theme of the army.
Yeah. Another really well painted court army. The gore effect on it's a little harder to tell in this picture, but the way the blood and gore came out on the hunter, the left hand path was really good. Really, there's a lot of really like upsetting miniatures in this line that I find myself drawn to. I haven't painted court yet, but it's probably one of the next ones I'm gonna do.
What are the weird like emaciated dudes in the front?
Those are wretched. They exist. So they're like, if they're like sinners who've committed some sort of crime who then are there to be tortured to spend their blood on goetic magic. But they have like a fun rule called the Law of Hell, where if they manage to kill it, like take another model out of an enemy model out of action in a fight, then they immediately leave the battle because the deal is like, well, you've finished your contract, so now you're free to go.
They're highly unlikely to do that though.
They're really, really bad at fighting.
Yeah, absolutely.
and they're really just terrible. So you don't want to invest ducats in giving them gear because like that's insane. Like that's not what they're there for. But like every now and then you'll get like some hero wretched with like a little like broken glass bottle who like, kill something that they shouldn't have no business killing, and then it's like yay, but also like the bottle goes away.
That's right. But yeah, beautiful work on this warband as well. Very cool. Here's
the other Red Brigade list.
Yeah.
I liked this Akita dog.
That looks like it's from Steamforged.
There are a couple that are not the standard ones. Their observer is also non-standard.
Oh, that's their observer here?
I think so, yeah.
That observer is from Bite the Bullet.
Yeah, that's one of the like Trench Shogunate ones, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. These all look very cool.
I almost did the Shogunate. They look sick.
They're cool looking.
One
of the Black Rail lists. I liked this Sin Eater sculpt a lot.
Yeah, that's like a Nurgle deep sea diver suit. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I really liked this. The Herald with like the little wig on it.
Right. Yep.
I don't like the dog with the weird distended belly thing. That's
the
mosquito
Plague
dog.
Hound is the Plague Hound sculpt is really depressing. It's so gross.
Yeah. It is.
That, and you've got the Lord of Tumors with like who's like oozing the stuff to the little guys behind him that are like drinking it.
Yeah. That's
there's way too much weird, creepy body horror in this game. That's why I'm the good guys. I'm like, we need to kill all that stuff.
Good guys in heavy air quotes.
Yeah.
Like it's still the faction that like is feeding bits of a cloned body of Jesus to each other to turn themselves into like weird mutant ogres.
There's body horror everywhere.
They're just diesel punk Spartans.
Yeah. No, notably a place and society with nothing problematic in its history at all.
This is a great looking army.
So this is the guy who tied for the best painted. This is his Prussian warband. They're fantastic. This picture doesn't capture how well painted this was. They're just everything from the lighting to the highlighting to like how smooth all of the armor looked. It was great. I loved this lieutenant with his giant tank sword.
Anti-tank mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks.
That's the sniper priest I run. That's the one from Bite the Bullet also.
Yeah. This guy's stuff was all cool. He was also like a super nice guy. There was initially some like miscounting for who had won the best painted, and he was like just like came up to me kind of like afterwards me and really quietly was like, I think I got the same amount of votes as the other guy. Like I don't know what to do about it. I'm like, I don't know. I would go talk to Tomas about it, but he's like, yeah, I mean it's not a big deal. I don't want to like interrupt people being excited about stuff. And
no, that's good. That's good. And this was the right.
This is the other guy who won. So this guy sculpted all of his miniatures for his warband, except for the Sin Eater. But like I like his little musician with a hurdy-gurdy, his little flying fly thralls, all of these thralls that are just sort of staggering around, and then his Plague Knights are really distinctive looking, and it's just a fantastic warband. Looked great.
It's nice looking.
Yeah.
And then not only like did he sculpt everything, but they're all painted fantastically as well.
Yeah, they look great. I do love
and
that. That hurdy-gurdy is awesome.
Yeah, and then he was giving to anybody who played against him. He was giving a miniature that he sculpted too. Like I have, and then because I gave him dice, he gave me one too. I have it somewhere in my bag.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's super cool when you're able to do stuff like that.
Yeah, and like it really, one of the things I love about Factory Fortress as a company and the way it operates, and then Trench Crusade by extension, is that it's miniatures agnostic, but not just that. Like, sure, like, you know, if you don't have the official ones, that's fine, I guess. But like, really actively encouraged. Like, everybody that's worked with the company, when somebody's brought something that isn't official stuff but looks cool, like they're so excited about it. From Jamie, the head of the sculpting team, to Tomas, you know, the head of the company, to Mike, the art guy. Like, it's every time I brought my ghosts down to Nova, and they were all about it, even though like there is not a single piece of official stuff in that warband.
Yeah. It's just a celebration of miniatures, right?
Yeah, they just want people playing the game, and that people are excited about it and want to make their own thing is even cooler.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's very cool. I think that's the last photo that I've got. Yep.
Cool.
Excellent. It's,
well, Pete, if you want to hang out, we're gonna last bit of the show. We go through stuff from the community. We'll show off minis from the Facebook page.
Yeah, I'm a frequent contributor to it, though I haven't had a chance to work on anything lately. So.
Yep. Well, we got to see your warband.
Yeah, that's true.
So definitely cool. And no doubt in a couple of weeks we'll see some terrain.
There's gonna be a bunch of tables.
Excellent. We'll share screen, clicking on all the things. Share. Here we go.
Oh man,
that's an old
second edition. That's some second edition stuff there.
Sorry, going to jump back to this.
Some old Terminators.
Yeah, these are also second edition.
Yep. So Aaron posted these. He was working on these last week. I think in this post he said that he was kind of struggling a bit because he's got 40 Marines on the go at once, going through the same step on all 40.
Jesus.
So, yeah, I can't do that. I get to a certain point and then I do a squad at a time. Like
that's what he's done here. Yeah,
you have to. It'll drive you nuts otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. As somebody who has painted like 40 models in a squad at a time, that is definitely the way to do it. Get to a point, break it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, these guys look great. I think they're.
I like the weathering on the white armor a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But the chipping does look really good. I think these are Star Phantoms. You're saying?
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
They got the little hourglass.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Hourglass symbol there.
But the bases are cool too.
Yeah, are these bases 3D prints or?
I'm really. I don't think so. But yeah, they've got some texture over the top of all the bits and pieces on there. But Aaron will be able to let us know.
It looks like he built them up with bits and then covered them with like sand and stuff.
Yeah, but they do look good.
Dude, the old school Predator, it's so stubby.
Yeah. I love the old plow on the front too, and the
Yep.
Are these decals that he made himself, or is he freehanding that, or?
No, looks like a stencil.
I think it is. I think they're decals that he ordered from a third-party decal maker. But they look good, don't they? Yeah.
Is the whole army these like second edition?
Yeah,
it looks like. Is that's a second edition box knot in the back?
Yeah, I was gonna say I can recognize the dreadnought in the back.
Absolutely. Yeah, that one's like fresh out of a Blood Angels dreadnought box.
Hilarious.
And for years at Adepticon, the Bit Station had an army of Rogue Trader Marines that were Blood Angels, and every year I went and I'm like, this is the year I'm going to buy that army and use it. And then finally I had like grown up adult disposable cash, and I went there and I'm like, no, for real this time. And then I went there and they were gone. I was like,
yeah. That's the way, isn't it? So Aaron, these look great.
Yeah, these are cool.
Excited to see you doing more of it. And also on the Veterans Day, we say thank you to Aaron as a veteran.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Aaron.
Dude, the old Predator always cracks me up. It's so top heavy.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you can also like fend off an attacker with it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, half of that thing is made out of lead, probably.
Yeah, for sure. The sponsons and
the barrels.
Yeah. Excellent.
Oh wow.
Adam Wellers is going crazy on this guy.
Dude, that is insane. The textures on that and the shading, like the stripes, like this guy, this looks like it's done in AI. Like he did this all digitally using an art program. Like it's phenomenal.
Yeah, everything's really clean.
Yeah. He has
the pants in particular, that's really impressive.
There are a couple more photos on the Facebook group, so the Build Paint Play community Facebook group. Definitely head along and check it out.
The leather weathering on the boots is really good too.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the gold on the
yeah, the gold, and then that shoulder pad, the checks on that shoulder pad are awesome.
Yeah, they're like not standardized size, but it doesn't look like it's like they're not all the same size because like I biffed it. Like they're all not the same size because Adam didn't want them to be.
Because orcs.
Yeah, because like an orc doesn't know, right? Like
exactly. But yeah, looking great there, Adam. Very nice.
That's amazing.
Alan, kind of this cool ogre.
Yeah.
What is that from?
No.
It's cool looking. I don't recognize
it. Looks like some kind of D&D miniature.
Yeah.
He's got toll 3 cents on the back there, or 3 copper.
It's -3 copper.
Oh, it could be.
He gives you.
Yeah, he's not good at math.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a troll, so like he doesn't know how toll bridges work.
Yeah. But looks right there, Alan.
The skull is from somebody who tried to pay him. Like
yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Nice one.
Bingley's chipping away at this.
Well, the one we saw last week was Scott's.
Oh, right.
This is Bing's. He finished it up this week.
Like the lighting effect is really, really well done.
Yeah,
like shining off of the glowing off of the floor.
The light scatter on like his leg and his vambrance is like super cool.
Yeah, it does look great.
Nice it's so hard to make light scatter on white look good, and this does.
Yeah, I think it's because the colored light is going to look dark. It's going to be darker than white. So it's always going to be an odd thing.
Mark, you said what's the scale of go back to Adam's piece for a second, I think.
Adam's I'm not sure at all what this is.
Yeah, there's nothing for
I can't tell if this is a foot tall or like
a
28mm miniature, and Adam is just
my guess would be that this is like somewhere between the size of a Dreadnought and a Terminator.
I would so probably somewhere in there. I'd say it might be in the like 54 mil.
Yeah, that's my guess.
But
But again, there's no reference. He's in a black void. I have no idea how big. He's somewhere between an inch and a foot tall.
Yeah. There we go. Nice one, Bing. Brendan.
Oh yeah.
Brendan got some Trench Crusade in.
Yeah, these are the realm of Eon of Battle things. Yep. Yeah, I've got those files. I haven't gotten them printed yet.
I see a Shrine Acolyte. I see the Brazen Bull.
Yep. So Brendan went down to Memphis. Brendan used to work for GW up here in Baltimore and down in Memphis, and played some games. But he took a whole bunch of stuff that he'd printed up and was running John Schaefer's Overlord system.
Oh, cool! The like the dungeon crawl thing that John was working on.
Cooperative dungeon crawl.
That's cool.
So so we had a lot of fun with that, running the guys through. So Chris Kaler and all of the folks. But
can you have your Shrine Acolyte like jump the wall, or does he crash you like the Kool-Aid Man?
I'm sure he's going to be able to crash through. Absolutely.
Oh no.
I think.
Oh yeah.
The I think it might have been this. I'm not sure if it was this photo or no. I think it might have been another photo that Brendan sent me over the weekend. That was I was like, oh, that chorister doesn't look like it's having a good time.
It's a bad time to be a chorister. With the trending right stepping on it. I mean, I know exactly how that is for a chorister.
So, yeah, definitely cool there. But no, it's been good. So Brendan, Pete, Brendan was the guy who helped me sort of work out the initial list for my Knights of Avarice.
Oh, cool.
He did mention that as soon as I have time in my schedule for another Trench Crusade project, he has an idea that he'd like me to try.
Ooh.
So
I think my next list I'm building is going to be the Assassins subfaction. I've found some. The Creature Caster did some really cool sculpts for Assassins that I'm going to use. So.
Okay, nice.
And I only have to do like 6 models for it because they're so expensive. So
it's the way to go. Awesome. But yeah, Brendan. Oh, actually, one thing I will mention as well. Brendan also sent me a message and said, "Hey, I just want to make sure it's okay that I'm posting photos with unpainted stuff in it. Essentially, these walls unpainted." I was like, "That is absolutely fine. We're all doing things at different times and different scales." And
two of the things in the title aren't about painting.
Exactly.
Right. It's only 30% of the show.
Yeah.
So absolutely fine. Anybody wants to do that, all good. Cal has been painting up some spooky stuff for Halloween.
These ghosts look like they're having a really bad time.
Yeah, they don't look happy.
This one in the middle looks really unhappy about something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not great.
Who touched the thermostat?
Now my back is acting up. Yeah.
That's how I am alive. I don't.
But no, I think, yeah, done a great job here, Cal. These look really nice. And some mummies.
Nice.
And are these the? No, these aren't the old like 5th edition Warhammer mummies, are they?
No. I don't think they're definitely reminiscent of that. Whoever sculpted these also saw those.
When you could have a unit of mummies.
Yeah. But and a mummy is a mummy is a mummy. Really.
Yeah, for sure, right? Yeah.
Unless it's a Blood Bowl mummy, but very different. But yeah, these look cool. Yep.
The one on the left is awesome.
There we go.
He's falling apart. Like.
So there we go. Cal is in the chat and said, "Nope, these are from RBJ
Okay.
Gang."
Cool.
Nice.
Excellent. Nice work, Cal. Looking good.
Oh wow! As always, Chris making me want to throw all my models in the trash.
Killing it. Absolutely killing it.
So Chris has been painting up some more Dark Angels. Looks pretty cool.
The cloth on that cloak looks so good.
I'm gonna ask Chris: is that one of the metal Samaels or the fine cast Samaels?
I don't know.
I'm gonna guess it's the metal one.
I gotta get Chris a Micron pen so he can scribble in that book.
Right. Yeah. Maybe,
No, it is. I was wrong.
There we go. Maybe the owner. I think he did these for commission. Maybe the owner's going to get friends to scribble in the book.
That's super cool though. Samael riding essentially a BFG Imperial cruiser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First jet bike miniature. Well, that wasn't 30 years old.
Return to the jet bikes. Yeah.
50 years old. I don't know how. I don't know what time is anymore. Oh, this guy is so cool.
That's awesome.
So, I mentioned Scott doing Mace Windu last week, doing it this week. We've got a couple of double ups. We'll see some echoes happening.
Nice.
But yeah, this is one of the first of those. Yeah, Chris done a lovely job here.
I like that.
This model's so good.
Yeah, I like that this generation of the librarian models also kind of calls back to that 2nd edition with the Force Axe having this really thick like
Yeah.
rain thing on it. Like it feels like a really nice sort of meeting point between the modern way of sculpting miniatures and look of sculpting miniatures, but also like understanding the roots of where these designs came from.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. But looks very cool there, Chris. Nice work.
Yeah, like Ezekiel.
Is Ezekiel still like Jess did a great job
That,
sculpting
that old miniature, yeah, that first miniature holds up real well.
That model's great.
Except that he's like tiny.
He's too small. But that's not Jess's fault.
And if you
That's
like just yeah, exactly. But if you like increased it just like 20%, he'd fit right in.
The only thing I don't understand why they just didn't take a bunch of the old Jess Goodwin sculpts and like digitally scan them and then increase them by whatever it is 18% and then just print them.
I'm guessing because they would have had to pay Jess Goodwin or whoever money as opposed to the sculptors they're doing. I don't know. Anyway, I won't get on that soapbox.
These are nice looking.
Yeah. Are these raptors?
I don't know what these are.
I think they're a different chapter. I can't remember.
They could be dark hunters.
But yeah, I can't remember which ones they were. Let me see if I can find them. But yeah, I do love that sort of that desaturated green. It's just really excellent.
That's very nice.
Feel there.
Castellans of the Rift.
Yeah, are these airbrushed?
I think Chris does like his undercoats with airbrush.
Might do a little bit of highlighting there with it as well, but yeah, beautiful.
I like the like caution coloring on the power cables.
Oh yeah, those
little pop of color.
Yep, that does a great job there. Nice one, Chris.
Those are cool.
Excellent work. Dan Eaton. So this is the Beast Snagger boss.
Yeah. That thing looks awesome.
The dinosaur skull power claw and the little purple like targeting squig immediately jump out to me.
Yep, for sure. But yeah, it just looks awesome. I love the like that face. Just the intensity of the sculpt is fantastic, but I think Dan's done an awesome job of just really bringing that out.
This could be a Trench Crusade mini.
Could be.
This could be like a Sin Eater or something.
I don't know. My eyes are keep being drawn to the squig. It's like stupid smile. Like
I love that he has a cross eye.
His pupil is a crosshair because that'll help.
It's very Futurama.
It's amazing.
That single eye with the cross.
The rust effect, the rust work is really good.
I think the other reason why you keep looking at the squig is like the whole model is like super grim and dark and like gritty and realistic,
and then like the squig
he's like the squig is there to be like, this isn't real.
Yeah. Calm down, nerds.
Yeah.
The tusks are really good too.
Yeah. I just love that just the way the highlights pick out the brown, the ridges there.
That's a cool model.
Excellent work, Dan. Looks brilliant. And
here we go.
There we go. That's first echo.
That's Sons of the Emperor this time.
Yep.
And like the armor looks like almost like it's made out of like jade or something like that. Like it looks like it's stone.
It's all like lapis.
Yeah.
Really great.
Very cool.
Great texture through it.
Bought it from a roadside shop in Arizona.
Yep. Definitely authentic.
But yeah, looks.
This is cool. Great
awesome.
Color choice.
Yep. Beautiful work there, Dan.
He did a real good job of like working with like, even though I'm sure this is like 30 colors, it's like a limited palette. It's like blue and yellow with a little bit of pink.
Yep.
Yeah, it's same like that Trench Crusade warband. So like it feels like it's like a 3-color warband, but like obviously so much more work went into that. But
very cool.
And nice work. Next up, Dan Osborne.
Titanicus.
Yep.
Oh, and a Warbreaker in the back there.
Oh God. With the whole Turkish plaza on its back.
I love those the Battle Bling Warbreaker kit. I want one. I can't quite justify it, but like it's a cool model.
That's awesome. Yeah, Dan, pop down to Chico, California for this event.
Nice.
Awesome.
And
Man, that's a big game of Titanicus.
I love this.
Yeah, the like excavator, super like macro tool or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like these vehicles, these buildings that are on treads.
Oh right. Oh yeah. That's wild.
Those are cool. It's like the thing that's like the crawler that rolls the space shuttle out.
Yeah, that's cool. Any kind of like
Absolutely.
super heavy machinery is always there's always some cool stuff for Titanicus that you can do with it.
Every now and then I have a moment of weakness where I think I would love to have somebody print this out for me at 40K scale.
Yeah.
The excavator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta make a Trench Crusade table that's just this thing.
Yeah. And having that as like a focal piece on a table. I've got
no, I like Pete's idea better. That's the whole table. The table is just the excavator.
Sure. It is amazing. I think each of these crawler tracks down the bottom would be the size of a Bane blade.
Yeah. If not bigger. I mean, that's a Reaver next to it. Like
yeah. I mean, look at the knights for scale. Like those are knights.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, like you could do a table that's like 3 Bane blades long and like 4 Bane blades wide, right? And then like
yep. Americans, anything but the metric system, right?
Yeah. That's the Emperor's system is everything's measured in Bane blades.
Yeah, there we go. Dave Hummel says, but where would you store it? And Cal says, you don't store it, you live in it.
Yeah. As you can see, I have a unique storage method of I just pile stuff up in my office and then hope nobody bothers me about it.
I'm not going to say that's unique.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice one, Dan. Thanks very much.
Oh, this thing's cool.
So yeah, Gonzo's preparing for a crazy D&D campaign. And this one felt very Trench Crusade body.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I would use this as a
desecrated saint.
Sorcerer or a desecrated saint. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean the size of it probably a desecrated saint, but
yeah. I bet you could manipulate the size if it's just a 3D sculpt.
I mean it's a 3D sculpt, yeah.
But there's a point. Cool. There's a point where these start to become like too thin, really.
So you gotta pin those with a paperclip.
Well, I
mean, they won't print. Like you'll get a print failure, and then you'll have wasted a bunch of resin.
Yeah, but I think you could scale it down, but not too much.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the lack of a head, like the negative space, like lack of a head.
Yeah. But no, I wanted to share this one. There are a few other cool sculpts that he's printed as well. So definitely head to the group.
It's going to be a cool D&D campaign.
Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be wild.
Or not, or a really, really gross one.
Really short one.
There's some sort of like Urukai machete in the background here, I can see.
Right. Oh, yeah. Nice one. Sulin's been a bit different. We saw the Warbringer Titan the last few weeks. But yeah, this I think you said these were from Highland Miniatures.
That tracks.
And does anybody know the province?
Oh shit! It's not Nuln. Averland?
No, Averland
is that Middenheim?
Averland is yellow and black.
Okay.
Middenheim is blue, and I think Midland is blue and white. I think this is Nordland, but I could be wrong.
Well, someone said Reichland.
Reichland's white, so Marienburg. I know for the way they painted the Marienburgers for Mordheim back in the day was definitely the red.
It's Nordland.
It is Nordland.
I just googled it.
I guess it's the Swedish influence, right?
It was gonna bother me if I didn't look.
Excellent. I was 100% not sure. Well, sorry, I was 10% not sure. I was 90% confident it was Northland. But beautiful job there, Celine. Those faces are awesome.
Yeah, they look great.
Yeah. The Highland does a lot of really good stuff for like that captures the feel of like late 90s era GW fantasy sculpts without like ripping them off. Like it's like, oh yeah, this is clearly like this could fit in well with models I have from left over from there, but I can't afford to source a bunch of vintage GW stuff.
My time machine's busted, so I can't go get a bunch of. I can't go buy a Mordheim army in bits.
John Washer sourced an entire like 90s era High Elf army that he painted. It came out amazing, but I dare not ask him how much he had to spend on eBay to get like all of the legit old miniatures.
I mean, if he did it back when we still worked there and he's just been sitting on it.
Right, then it cost $20. But
exactly.
That's not what happened because he was constantly telling me like, look what I found on eBay. I got this dragon. I'm like, cool. I'm not going to ask you how much you spent on that.
It's beautiful work there, Sulin.
Yeah.
Jeff Smith.
Oh, cool. More
flawless
flashy.
See, I think those models are great, except for the guy on the far right. The banana heads got to go.
No. It's just.
It's more of that body horror that you don't like, Jake.
Like, I don't enjoy body horror in general, but like the banana heads are just dumb. They are not good sculpts.
I don't know if the person sculpting this knows how many abdominal muscles a person has.
They do not.
It's got all of them.
These were
lots.
These were sculpted by an indoor kid.
A 12-pack.
They get up.
These are cool. The white armor is awesome.
Yeah, the white armor is nice.
And I like the alien grass top.
The Slaneshi grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, they match so well with the colors that Jeff's put on there. Nice one, Jeff. They look great. Next up, John Steining.
Doing some Outriders.
Yeah, these guys look great.
These look great.
I do love the Heresy Outriders.
The Heresy Outrider bikes look so much like the original 40K, like Vincent Black Shadows.
I like the I like gray armor, like for Space Sharks or Relictors. I used to have a Relictors army back in the day when I worked at GW. That was a lot of fun.
This is John's Sons of Horus.
Oh, cool. Oh, this is like a sea green then.
Yeah,
okay.
it's that German field gray.
Yeah. The photo's a little like washed out, but no, I can see it now. That's cool. Yeah. That looks good too. That's good. That's neat with it to have that hint without it being like the sort of like teal.
Yeah. It's very very dialed back for sure.
Yeah.
But looking great there, John. Very nice. Luis has some more work on his Dreadnought.
Very cool.
Looking great. Got the that imposing undershot there. I want to make sure we included that. But
the view from when I pull my chicken nuggets in front of this Dreadnought.
he painted that red cord so well. It literally looks like red cloth cord holding something that he put on it.
Yeah. It looks like a string.
Yep.
That's just
awesome.
The resin cord, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Crazy. But really nice. You see there the switch out is got the twin heavy bolters or the power fist. And I think he just showed off a photo of the multi-melter.
Is the wings on the Raven skull on the like chest plate of it, is that sculpted in or did he freehand that?
I don't remember. I think that's sculpted.
I think they're sculpted, yeah. And he's just black lined them.
Okay.
Or panel lined them.
Yeah.
And he gave it the correct top mount, which is the Havoc launcher.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, looking good, Luis. Nice work.
So good.
Mark.
Wow.
So last week we saw
This is the Lorax, right?
Fun?
Is that the Lorax?
That tree does not look okay.
Yep.
There's a lot of problems in this forest.
We saw the sculpt and the initial paint. Then after last week's show, Mark posted this pic with the Sylvaneth model on it, and was asked a question about where should he pop some more color in. He wanted to put some more red into it, and there are a bunch of thoughts provided by folks in the community. I know I added in somewhere I thought that perhaps in these tentacles, pushing some more saturated red down here could call attention to the green. And some other folks were like, this sort of the dark sea green here, we pushed in up underneath this branch here. Mark went and applied a lot of the things, and I think I'm just realizing it now. He probably put them in the comments of this post, but when I was going back through looking for the post, I couldn't find. I could only find the original post, which now makes sense to me as I think about it. But so next week, once Mark sort of worked out exactly what he wants to do at all, we'll show the finished piece. But
dude, this looks great. I love that. There's also something really funny about this whole picture. So there's the beautiful piece that he's working on, and then his wet palette in the back very clearly, and he's got some other stuff. And then on the left, he has a credit card reader. So like, I'm assuming he's doing this at work or something. Like,
all right, okay.
Like he's like, oh yeah, let me swipe your card here and complete your purchase. Cool. And then he like goes back to work. He goes like,
Yeah, just sign it there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you're paying with card? Yeah, go ahead. The reader's right there. You can just run your card.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
But yeah, beautiful work there, Mark. I will, if I can't track down the photo, I'll get you to post it again.
That's cool.
I only do my projects at work, he says. Nice.
Nathan posted some more terrain, getting us ready for the Renegade Open. Last week we saw the sort of the Dark Oath themed Age of Sigmar table.
Oh yeah.
I like these green crystals a lot. There's really a lot of work went into it with the line highlighting and the shading and stuff. They look cool.
Yeah,
they're super effective if Superman's in the game.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You can't get anywhere near this table.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
but Bizarro is like all about it.
Yeah, he loves this table.
I'm
sorry. Bizarro hates this table.
Right.
Okay. I love the just the shading and the lighting, the contrast.
Very nice.
Fantastic stuff. Awesome work, Nathan. Next up, Patrick Keith.
Nice.
So these are the Absolvers.
Yeah, these are out of the I got the book around here somewhere. These are out of the 40K RPG Wrath and Glory. This is
cool.
This is the chapter that they kind of introduced in the main book, but they don't really tell you about it until you get to Valve Absolution, which is a newer book that came out maybe 6 months ago, and it like really does a deep dive into them. They are super cool. Like they're a Blood Angel successor, and they're the Marines that are like stuck in the system where the Warp Rift is, and there's only a piece of the chapter is there. So
right.
Is that like a second edition Marine Power Fist, Sergeant Power Fist that's on that guy?
That actually looks like a second edition one, yeah.
It's that style, but it's much bigger.
Is it a newer piece? Yeah. It has that like grippy.
Yeah, the hand that's like this.
Yeah. The leather work.
I like the suppressor. I like the suppressor on the bolt gun too.
Yeah. That's really good. The leather work looks great. The sponge chipping looks really good.
Yep.
They're good.
Absolutely.
The glow on the eye lenses is great.
I like the three scratch claw like scar he has over his eye.
Yep. Yeah, definitely cool. If you want to check out the guy with the suppressor, Patrick posted the work in progress shots of building it last week's episode.
He's not wearing a helmet because that guy there was a grot in his helmet. That's how he got scratched.
Yeah.
Right. And
Hey, all right.
Stephen Ryder coming back with a couple of old school squats.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
classic.
God. Yeah, I think the one on the right is definitely that looks like plastic.
Oh yeah.
The one on the left could be as well. But
This one on the left, he looks so happy.
Yeah.
That's got the way that face is detailed. That's got to be metal.
yeah, the one on the left. The one on the left, I think, is metal. The one on the right looks plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's plastic. This guy's metal for sure. But yeah, looking great there, Stephen. I think it's very cool seeing this old school army come together.
The big giveaway is the feet. The one on the left, because he's metal, he's angled because he's on a slaughter base.
No,
On
yeah,
the
yeah.
right, his feet are glued down flat onto the base.
Yeah.
Also, I guess it. Never mind.
Yeah. But no, looking great there. I think that is the last for the week. Yep. Okay.
Pretty
Awesome.
cool. Pretty
Always-
cool.
Always great stuff in the Facebook group.
We did pretty good. We're only 15 minutes over. Our shows have been running longer lately.
Yep. We managed to keep it nice and tight.
Yeah.
But
Good job, Pete.
well,
Thanks.
Pete, thanks so much for coming on, man. It was awesome
Yeah,
catching
yeah.
up and hearing about the Euro event, and I'm glad you had a good time. Like, hopefully you can rest up and
It was awesome.
get squared away.
Yeah. It was a really good time. I'm fully rested now, but definitely going to try and go next year. Got to maintain my title as the nicest person at the tournament. So
as the reigning American.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's the other thing. Like, you were like, I was the best player from North America.
It's true.
Yeah.
Nobody else in the country even.
You're like,
on
I'm the
the
best player.
continent.
You're like, I'm the best player from the Americas.
Yeah.
There you go. Wanna go? No, okay.
Yeah, like you're like I'm the best player on my whole half of the world.
Yeah.
Everywhere west of the Greenwich Mean.
Yeah, that's right.
By the narrow definitions of the European Championship.
Yeah. Awesome. So cool. Nice one. Okay. Pete, so you will be at Everwinter in 4 weeks?
Yes, we're going to be running. Right now, it's at 24 people is the number of tickets we have. So we still have, I think, 4 tickets left, 2 for each faction. If you go to Everwinter's site and go to the narrative event tickets, there's still some tickets available. It sounds like there's a chance we might get a couple more tables. I don't know if we can build more tables in time for it if they gave us some, but. They're going to be. So I'll definitely be sharing pictures of it, and if anybody's in the area, they can stop by. It's going to be cool.
I'll definitely come by and see you and catch up. I'll be there anyways for the triple HH tournament. So
Cool.
Dave, you got anything else?
No, I think that's it at the moment. We're trying to nail down Randall Bills for a return visit. Trying to work out a time for me to play Battleship Alpha Strike at
Nice at PAX.
So fingers crossed we're able to do that. But yeah, until then we don't have a guest scheduled for next week yet. So Jake and I will be chatting and we'll line somebody up. But yeah, I think that's it for me.
All right. Well, listen, thank you everybody for being here. Thanks again to Pete for showing up. Huge thanks to the Army Painter for sponsoring us and putting up with our hijinks. We will put an update during the week once we get a guest, if we get one. Otherwise, we will see you guys next week on Tuesday. If you have any questions, post on our Facebook. If you guys have any miniatures you want to show off, make sure you put them on the community page. Make sure you do all the things like subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff. We will see you guys next week. And as always, do not forget to build, paint, play.